Okay, let's dive right into today's explainer, where we're looking at a super fascinating psychological concept. It's called the asymmetry of loss. You know that feeling, right? You get a nice financial windfall, you feel awesome for about 5 minutes, but then you lose something tiny and it literally ruins your day. Well, today we're going to unpack the exact text from our source material that explains the biological reason why our brains do this.
So let's kick things off by testing your emotional math against, well, actual logic. Ask yourself, does losing $100 equal gaining $100? Now, on paper, absolute value is absolute value, right? The math is straightforward. $100 is $100. If you draw it on a number line, the distance from 0 to positive 100 is exactly the same as 0 to negative 100. So logically, in a totally rational world, the joy of winning that money should perfectly cancel out the sorrow of losing it. If you lose $100 on Tuesday and find $100 on Wednesday, by Thursday you should feel totally neutral. But I want you to really think about it. Is that actually true for you? Does your internal emotional ledger balance perfectly like a spreadsheet? Probably not. Let's isolate the negative side of the equation first. Just think purely about the sudden, sharp feeling of losing exactly $100 from your wallet right now. Just picture it. You check your pocket and the cash is just gone. Or you open your banking app and see a surprise fee for exactly $100. It stings, doesn't it? It's really irritating. Honestly, it might ruin your whole afternoon. Your brain just instantly fixates on it. You start calculating what you could have bought or how hard you worked for that cash. That feeling is sharp, it's immediate, and it is entirely disproportionate to the actual value of $100 in the grand scheme of your life. Hold on to that specific, heavy sting for a second. Because here is where it gets really interesting. Gaining double that amount, $200, still won't mathematically cancel out the frustration of that previous loss. Imagine I walk up to you and just hand you $200 right after you lost that initial 100. You are now technically up $100 overall. You're richer than when you woke up. Logic dictates you should be absolutely thrilled, right? You should be celebrating. But are you? Or is there still this lingering and nagging annoyance about the 100 you lost? Our source highlights a staggering reality about human nature here. That positive feeling of the $200, it doesn't wipe the slate clean. The frustration of the loss sticks to you. Your emotional math is broken. And this brings us to the crucial point, loss aversion. As our source material brilliantly describes it, this is a fundamental brain glitch. It causes the pain of a loss to feel significantly heavier than the joy of an equivalent or even a greater gain. I actually really love that the source uses the word glitch because it drives home that this isn't a deliberate choice you're making. It's a hardwired error in our processing software. We are biologically evolved to be hyper-tuned to losses. The pain gets amplified by our own neurology, totally ignoring the logical data of the gains we might be experiencing at the exact same time. So look at this core asymmetry at play. We're contrasting a relatively small financial hit against a much larger financial win. It's kind of like putting a feather in a bowling ball on a scale. But in our glitchy brains, the feather is the $100 loss, the bowling ball is the $200 gain. And somehow, impossibly, the feather is weighing the scale down. If losing $100 causes you, say, 10 units of psychological pain, gaining $200 doesn't give you 20 units of joy. It might only give you 5. The scale is completely rigged. It defies math, it defies logic, but man, it perfectly describes the human experience, doesn't it? And because of the structural imbalance, winning never feels like enough. Achieving victory rarely satisfies us the way we logically expect it to. It's a bit of a tragic irony. You get the promotion, your investments go up, you finally hit that savings goal, and it feels great for a fleeting moment. But because our brains don't weigh wins with the same heavy gravity that they assign to losses, that satisfaction just evaporates. We're constantly left chasing the next win, trying to fill a bucket with a massive hole in the bottom. We forever feel like we're just breaking even, simply because our mental architecture constantly diminishes our wins against the heavy baseline of our losses. Actually, let's bring it all back to the exact words from our text. The brain glitch that makes losing $100 hurt more than gaining $200 feels good. That sentence perfectly captures the profound mismatch happening entirely inside our own heads. The pain of the negative 100 literally outweighs the pleasure of the positive 200. And seeing this phrasing straight from the source, it validates exactly why you might feel perpetually unsatisfied, even when things are going remarkably well. The glitch is real, it's documented, and it mathematically skews your emotional reality every single day. You're not crazy for feeling bad about a small loss amidst a sea of wins. You're just operating with standard human hardware. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a pretty provocative question. If your brain is wired to weigh losses heavier than wins, how is this glitch secretly directing your life choices? Seriously, think deeply about it. If you're unconsciously moving through the world just trying to avoid that exaggerated pain of losing, are you playing it way too safe? Are you missing out on massive, life-changing wins just because the completely illogical fear of a much smaller loss is holding you hostage? Take a hard look at your life today and ask yourself who is really in the driver's seat, your rational logic or your hardwired loss aversion? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I challenge you to start noticing this glitch in your own decision-making today.